This week's lesson assignment is for a targeted reading lesson for pre-emergent and emergent ELs. So the lesson that you are planning will be for a small group of ELs at these lowest levels of English literacy and language in your hypothetical class. This lesson would be given in a small group while the rest of the class is either working independently or doing stations or centers or whatever you like to call it. So below on this page is a video that does a really nice job of reviewing the stages of language acquisition that our students are going through. And it does have slightly different terms as our materials, but the descriptions of the EL students will be helpful to you. So below there's also this chart, and this is a comparison chart of basically the different names that are used to describe EL students. So for this week, remember you're planning a lesson for pre-emergent and emergent students, or as the video refers to as pre-production or early production students. If you're in a WIDA state like me, it's going to be levels 1.0 through 1.9 encompasses both pre-emergent and emergent students. So just remember that as you're planning. So for this week's pre-emergent, emergent EL small group reading lesson, you need to focus on foundational reading skills. Those are phonological awareness, print concepts, phonics, or fluency. And of course, you have your links for your Arizona English Proficiency Standards here. And on the template, you will have a nice little link here that will help you code everything. And this is the English Language Proficiency Guidance document, which I will talk about in just a moment. Okay, so I'm going to model how to do this. So first of all, I already have open a second to third grade ELP standards document, and I want foundational skills, reading foundational skills for every single document. They are going to be the first ones, all right? And I think I'm going to do something like distinguish between long and short vowel sounds. Okay, so now real fast, just to make sure that we're clear, English Language Proficiency Standards on the left, ELP left, ELA right. So English Language Arts is on the right, English Language Proficiency is on the left. So English Language Proficiency Standards on the left, ELA, English Language Arts Proficiency Standards are on the right. All right, so I have decided that I am going to be doing letter F, distinguish between long and short vowel sounds in orally stated single syllable words. And it looks like on the Arizona English Language Arts side, the best standard for this would be the first one, the number 2 or 3, RF, no grade level phonics and decoding, but distinguish between short and long vowel sounds when reading regularly spelled words. Now, clearly, our ELP standard builds towards the grade level 1, but this one seems like it is the most supported by the one that I've chosen. So it's not going to be exactly the same, but the ELP standards are going to support the grade level standards. All right, so let's take a look at that document, okay? So now I'm going to my lesson plan template. And I also have open our ELP guidance document, and you're going to want to go to page 13, and it shows you how to code it pretty much, okay? Now, one thing I do want you to note is that, and they use this as their example, so that's kind of nice, is that in grades 4 through 5, there are no foundational skills for grade level. So for grade level, there's no foundational skills. But for ELP or ELs, there are foundational skills, okay? So on your document, if you are doing grades 4 through 5, your lesson plan, you would just say there are no reading foundational skills. That's fine. Alrighty then, so let's get to it and let's start working on our template here. Now I'm going to go back to my ELP standards, and I said I was doing, oops, sorry. I was doing letter F. Okay, so I go to my document here, and it's going to be flipping and flopping. And the first thing, I got EL, grade level band. Okay, and I see how it's just typed out like this. So I'm going to go here, type that out. Back to that. So EL, and then I do grade level, and it is 2 through 3. And we are doing, let's see, what is the next one? Let me go back. The next one part is, I did the grade level band, RF for reading, foundational, and then the skill and the sub skill, and then the verbiage, which is just a type, it's written out. Okay, so I got that. So RF, and then 1 is phonological awareness, 1, and then I'm going to do the letter here, which is F, and then I just type that out, and I'm going to do this the fast way. All right, and then that is going to go there, and this, of course, is my ELP standard. All right, and then here for ELA standards, I will go to the right side of my document, and I decided that RF3 is supported by this ELP standard, and really these are already kind of written out for you, so I've just copy this, put it here. All right. We're not getting into major detail here. And I could also put the one that it is, the sub-skill that it's supporting, which is distinguishing the long and short vowels. So I'll add that too. Eventually I'll add it. Okay, so that is pretty much how you're going to do this. Get this added. I'm going to go ahead and add the sub-skill too. Why not? All right. And again, remember, this week is foundational reading. Okay. And I showed you where to find that on your document. Remember, it's on the left side. And then the ELA is on the right. All right. And then from there, of course, you're just doing your lesson. Okay. So for this week, I hope that you find this video and the chart helpful. And as always, if you have any questions, you can message me or ask the class with any questions and that you might have. And I hope you have a great week.